Papa Sammy and Allybug here. This morning, I want to go over a few quick items on my old ironworking. After cleaning the handle a little bit, where you could see it better, this is a remainder. That's what's left. Like I said, we'd put glue on the handle and sprinkle sand and let it dry. That way, when you grip that hammer and you're working 150, 200 feet in the air, you wasn't likely to let it come out of your hand and holler headache to your buddies down there and hope like hell it didn't hit one of them. Because it happens, baby. I worked on a job. Actually, it was a bridge job for CB&I. Young guy kept dropping his spud wrenches. He kept dropping his spuds. And then welders kept saying, man, you gotta hold on to them wrenches. They working below him. Well, about the fourth time that wrench went down, he said, throw it back. They said, come get it. He climbed down to get his wrench, and it was welded to the bridge structure. I mean, solid weld. And as far as I know, that wrench is still welded to that bridge. Now, back in the day, we strictly worked off the steel. There was no man lifts on the job. Nowadays, they work out of man lift. All right? I'm going to show you the difference between the hammers. This is a 4-pounder. That was my connecting hammer on small steel. You know, one-story commercial buildings, strip malls, light steel. You could drive a pin with no problem. Okay, now you can tell by the looks, it's been stored. In fact, I need to do some cleanup on that hammer. But anyway, talking about cleanup, Mary Stopall. This stuff has been around since the 1880s, late 1880s. There's kind of a funny story behind it. The Murray family owned this up until the 1960s. Colgate-Palmolive bought it out. Murray invented it. Now, what he did was, he took vegetable oil and an alkali. Right? Instead of animal fat and alkalis, like soap, he made a soap oil. And the way he promoted it was, hey, just push the natural oil back in wood. Once wood dries out, we know it's a joke. But it's an absolute unbelievable cleaner for wood. Or, I have used this to clean an oil painting that was stored in a friend of mine's garage for years, in terrible shape. I had mud daubers nest on it all. I diluted this down to almost nothing. A half a cup to a gallon of water is how you clean your floor. But I diluted this down. I don't know, 3 or 4 drops to a half a cup of water. And I cleaned that oil paint. And it looked like brand new. I did that. I'm not recommending you do that. Anyway, to use this stuff, and mine's almost empty, it's gone. You put just a drop or two. You don't need much. Just a drop or two in. I lost the lid. I had to make one. And just, look at it. The water's only this deep in that cup. I give it a good stirring. Yeah, I'm going to have to buy a new bottle. That's getting kind of thick. Anyway, that's what you do. And you take your little old bitty napkin or something and get it on that tube. It's an unbelievable cleaner. All right. Once you get something clean, you can work with it. But I definitely need to work on this hammer. Okay. Get back to business now. Yeah, it's got dirt caked on it. I need to coat it and let it soak. Plus, if you look, you put glue and a little sand in it on your handle. And when you swing that hammer, you're not going to slip. It actually gets to your hand. Okay, the difference between back then and now, they connect out of man lifts. So I watched the video the other day, and this young ironworker was showing you how to judge your hammer for driving drift pins. It was an 8-pound hammer, okay? He took the hammer. I don't have my 8-pound hammer anymore. It went, when they stole my old ironworking belt, my 8-pounder went with it. What he did was put his hands to the head of the hammer, brought it down, come back around, and added about 3 inches. That was the length of his hammer handle, right here. In that buggy, in a man lift, that's good. It's good. You got good control, you put the pressure on it. Now, translate this long handle when you're sitting on the steel trying to drive it. It's awkward, and that's a 4-pound hammer. To stretch out even 4 pounds, it wear your arms out trying to swing it. So back in the day, we would do this. Just about to halfway to your elbow. That way you could get in tight spots. Down, in, over, and behind you if you had to, and control it. Now, big iron, like I said, powerhouses, bridges, you got enough web on your beam that you can stand and swing a little longer handle. You got more room, but on little iron, and you climbing on it, that's the only way in the world to go. You don't need a big hammer, and you don't need a long handle. Now, okay, so that's the difference between how they used to do it and how they do it now. But in the meanwhile, I want y'all to like, enjoy, and subscribe.